I know they're wrong, but they don't know they're wrong. They think you don't really need to know anything about the person. Really, all you need to know is about the product. The way they think about it is the way people think when they're selling. They think if you know the product, you should be able to sell it. You don't need anything. You don't need because look, if you're trying to sell a car, you tell okay, the car was made like this, it was built like this, it has this, it has that, it has this. All you need to know is about the car in order to sell the car. A lot of guys they're not understanding that's wrong to sell that way. They think it's good to sell that way. They think, well, I'm trying to make them buy the car, so I have to explain the car. And so they have to learn about the car in order to sell. You see guys a lot of times they talk about product knowledge a lot. Guys like reps love product. And there's nothing wrong with product knowledge. But a lot of guys feel that that's what they're going to use to sell. They need to know a lot of good things about the product so they can tell the person the good things about the product. So for them, understanding the product is what makes it sell. And then I tell them, no, it's more important to understand the person that you're talking to sell them, not the product. No, yeah, the product is good to know the product too. But understanding the person that you're talking to is what makes you sell them, not the product. Not the product. Understanding the person that you're talking to makes you know what to say to them. Remember yesterday I gave you guys an example of a person who's trying to sell a house. The first rep was not experienced. And when the person walked in, he said, man, this house is perfect for you. It's only 2 blocks away from the school. That's perfect, right? And the person said, oh, man, we're not interested in this house because we want peace and quiet. And we want to be far from schools. And so the rep made it. So now another couple walks in, and he says, oh, man, this house is perfect for you. It's far from schools. And the person said, oh, man, we just had a baby, and we want to be close to schools. Because we want to send the baby to walk to school by himself. The rep is not understanding. It's not to say good what you think is good when you're the person going, okay, I think you think it's good to say this, and to say it. It's not how it works. What's good for one person is not good for the other person. You tell one person, man, this house is far from the school. And he goes, yeah, that's what I love. And then you tell another person, this house is far from the school. And he goes, oh, man, I don't want it. You would have to know the difference between those two people to know what to say. It's not, I think the school being close to the house is good. So let me tell that to everybody. I think the car having turbo is good. So let me tell that to everybody. I think the car this is not how it works. There's one person that the car has turbo, he's gonna say, yes, that's good. And that person, you tell him the car has turbo, and say, oh man, my son, he had turbo in his car and he died. I'm buying this car for my daughter. I don't want that. I don't want it. You see, you would have to understand. It's not what you think is good you say to the customer. Because each customer is different. There's one customer, when you say this, they're gonna say, oh yes, I love it. And then there's another customer, when you say it, they're going to say, oh, man, I hate it. And you would have to know the difference when you're talking to them. It's not what everybody should love turbo. Let me say it to everybody. You'll be shocked how many people don't want turbo. You can't say, well, I love flat screen TVs. So let me tell everybody how there's nothing better than flat screen TV. Well, maybe this guy doesn't want a flat screen TV. So instead of saying, hey, you got 2 TVs to sell, you say, well, nobody's gonna want the old one, everybody's gonna want the flat screen. And let me talk about the flat screen, everybody. And you never talk about the old one, and guess what? There's a person who walked in wanting the old one. If you had waited and let him talk first, you would have known he wanted the old one, and you wouldn't even have mentioned the flat one. See, I just let the secret. The secret is Salesmen do not talk first. Salesmen do not talk first. Any salesman that you see talking first is because he doesn't understand. Salesmen stay quiet and make the customer talk first. A lot of guys are looking at my script and say, Veer, you don't stay quiet. You say, hi, this is Veer from ABC Roofing. I'm in the area doing free roof inspections. I just want to know when is the best time to come by and inspect your roof. And then the customer talks. So you're not really quiet. Okay, when I say you have to let them talk first, sometimes you have to be the one to kind of make them talk. If you don't make them talk, they're not going to talk. So you have to say something to make them talk, but you're not pitching them. You're not pitching them. You're saying something to make them talk, but you're not pitching them. Look, because the person is not interested. Remember, everyone you're calling, until you do their job, until you do your job, they're not interested. Whatever you're trying to sell, until you do your job, the person doesn't want it. Trust me, if they wanted it, they would have had it already by themselves without you. The reason they don't have it is because they don't want it. Trust me. So, and the reason they don't want it is because they don't think they need it. I always want to add that. The reason they don't want it is because they don't need it. That's what they think. Anything that you see a person does not have, if they don't have it, I bet you is because they don't think they need it. If they thought that they need it and they don't have it, they would already be trying to get it by themselves. There's no such thing that a person does not own, but they want it. If they wanted it, they would have been trying to own it. There's no such thing as a person does not own something, but they think they need it. If they thought they need it, they would have already been trying to get it by themselves without you. There's no such thing as a person thinking they need something, but they don't own it. If they think they need it, they would own it. And if they think they need it and they don't own it, they would already be trying to own it. There's no such thing as a person not owning something they think they need. I bet you if they don't have it or if they're not doing it, I bet you they're already trying to have it or trying to do it. Or they don't think they need it. That's the only reason they would not have it and not be trying to have it. There's nothing in the world that you don't have, but you need and you don't want it. It doesn't exist. You don't have it, but you need it, but you don't want it. There's no such thing. Nothing in the world exists that you don't own, you don't have it, but you do need it, but you don't want it. That's impossible. If you need it, you instantly want it as well. There's nothing that you can need that you don't want. Anything that you don't want, I bet you, I bet you, I bet you, it's because you don't think you need it. If you say, if somebody tells you, hey, I have this for you, you say, no. I bet you don't think you need it. If you thought you needed it, you would have said, yeah. There's no way you would think you need it and also be saying no. Anytime you offer somebody something and they say no, it's not because they don't want it. You're making a mistake if you think it's because they don't want it. I bet you it's because they don't need it. It would never be they don't want it. It will always be they don't need it. I gave an example. Yesterday I asked, is there anybody in this room with sales experience? I'm going to ask it again. Is there anybody in this room, that was not here yesterday? If you were here yesterday, then you don't have to answer. But is there anybody in this room that was not here yesterday that has any sales experience? All the guys that joined today, None of you guys have sales experience? Hold on a second, please. Are you guys hearing me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we
Okay.
hear you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
No,
Yes, sir.
okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna take.
Yeah.
I want to do attendance, guys, and I want to ask, and I want everybody in here to say if they have experience or not. Aaron Jade Braza, are you here? Aaron Jade Braza.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Aaron, what's your sales experience?
Sanitizing products, sir.
What did you do? You called people and you said, "Hey, I have sanitizing products for you," right?
Yep.
This was over the phone,
No, sir. Through chat, sir.
through where?
Um,
Through chat.
through chat.
Okay.
Yes.
And when you said you have cleaning product for them, what was their answers?
First, sir, they asked sir for what's the price. What's
Like when you
the
said I have cleaning product for you, did most people say yes or most people said no? Most people said no, right?
right?
And why? Why did most people say no? What was the number one answer they gave you?
Because they are not concerned. They're
They don't clean their house.
yep.
They say I don't
Some
clean my
some
house.
of them.
Okay. So someone said I don't clean the house. I live in a dirty house. That's what they said.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, is that if somebody tells you I don't clean my house, I live in a dirty house, are they saying I don't want it or are they saying I don't need it?
I don't need it, sir.
I don't need it.
They don't need.
They don't need it. You see, I bet you when the person says I don't need it, you try to make him want it. Right?
Right, sir.
But do you think you should try to make him want it or do you think you should try to make him need it? If he's saying the reason he's saying no, I don't want it is because he doesn't need it. If you make him, if he thinks he needs it, do you think he would take it? Like he thinks he doesn't need it, and that's why he's not taking it, right?
Yeah, right.
Hello? So if you want him to take it, you have to make him think he needs it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know most salespeople don't do that? They try to make the person see how good it is so the person could want it. Most of us don't understand. See, if the person would say, I don't need it, I bet you a lot of us would start explaining how good the soap cleans or how well the soap works. But is that, if a person doesn't need the soap, do they care how well it works? Huh? If you don't need the detergent, you don't need the cleaner. Do you care how well it works?
No.
No, you don't, right? So if I'm talking about I don't need it, and you start telling me how well it works, is that gonna mean anything to me?
Nope.
Nope. It's nothing.
I would have to tell you how you need it, right, for it to mean something, right? If I want you to get it right now, what I need to do is make you think you need it, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so a person was telling me, instead, when the person says, when I'm trying to sell detergent or cleaning supplies, and the person says, man, I don't clean my house. Should I say, well, this detergent is the best detergent in the market? It is made with a special a cleanser that can take any stain out. If I said that,
Hello? There?
Hello, Veer. Are you still there?
He's on a call. He's probably just
yeah,
received a
okay,
call.
guys. I keep getting other calls. Sorry about that. All right.
Okay. Not a.
All right. If I said if I said, if you're saying you don't need the cleaning supply, if I start explaining to you how well the cleaning supply works, you're just going to think I'm wasting your time, or I'm not listening to you. What we're supposed to do, what we're supposed to do, is when the person is saying I don't need it, we're going to have to understand that as long as they think they don't need it, we're never going to make them want it. It's like I gave an example yesterday about me carrying a bucket of water up a hill, and I have no reason to carry the bucket of water. The hill is long hill, and I have no use for the water whatsoever. I'm gonna put the bucket down and walk up the hill without the bucket. But then a guy who has no water in his house because the country he lives in takes the water away. When he has that bucket of water going up the hill, no matter me, I'm going to put the bucket down and walk without the bucket. But him, he needs the water, and he's going to walk all the way up to the top of the hill with the bucket in his hand. He needs it. I will never carry a bucket of water up a hill, but a person who needs the water, they would. And if I needed it, I would. See, it's not, you're not doing anything unless you need it. You're not going to do any work. You're not going to do nothing. The reason you go to work is because you need it. Everything that you do, everything that that you're motivated is because you have to have a need for it, or else you won't do it. If you have no need for it, you're walking on the street and you see an old TV set on the ground. If it's the same TV set that you have and you think maybe you could use the parts for your TV, maybe you're gonna pick it up. But if it's not the same TV set that you have, and there's no way you're gonna use the parts, you can't use. There's no way you're ever going to use that TV set. You're just gonna walk past it and keep going. But if it's something that you think maybe I have a use for this, you will pick it up and walk down the street with it. Whatever you think maybe I have a use for, you will want. But if you think there's no use for it whatsoever, you will walk past it and keep going. For you to want something, you have to have a reason to want it. There has to be a usage. There has to be something that you can do with it. I remember a guy that was trying to sell a dress. It was a pretty expensive dress. And I explained to him he needs to find something that will make people want to buy that dress over any other dress. I explained to him, say stuff like, it's not just saying this dress is made with the finest silk. It is fabricated by Vera Wang. It was the designer's Vera Wang, and it's this and it's that. That helps, but it doesn't help as much as, ma'am, this dress is a $5,000 dress, and I understand. But guess what? When you buy this, when you're no longer using this dress, you're gonna pass it down to your daughter, and one day your daughter is gonna pass it down to her daughter, and one day her daughter is gonna pass it down to her daughter. Your family, right? Every family has something that they call the heirloom, where the mom passes down to the daughter, and the daughter passes, and they say, what? Everybody in the family says, this is great grandmother Louise bought this in 1833. And they still remember great grandmother Louise in 2021 because of that. Your family has nothing like that. Why don't you start the tradition? Why don't you buy this dress and leave it for your daughter, so she can leave it to her daughter, and leave it for her daughter, and they will remember you and your family forever. Guess what this dress is for? See, saying stuff like that will make somebody buy a $5,000 dress. Now they see a need for it. Without a need for it, why would they do it?
Exactly.
You know, you see, now I can try to sell the dress by saying it was built by Vera Wang. It was made by this nicest silk. It has the sewer was a professional sewer. So what? This is product knowledge. That's not what sells. A lot of guys think product knowledge sells. They think they're going to say something that's going to, customers going to say, wow, I didn't know that. Man, I'm interested now. I call that style of selling throwing shit against the wall and hoping something sticks. You get a list of good things about the product. Let's say if you're selling a fan, you know 6 good things to say. And everybody that answers, you tell, hi, this is Veer from CDC Fans. I'm trying to sell the fan, and this fan is built like this fan is built like that, and they start with the product knowledge again. And all the reps you speak to that think that they're expert salesmen, that's what they're doing. They start feeding the customer product knowledge. And they're hoping they say something. They're actually just hoping. Look, they're going to say the list of the good things to this customer, and the customer say, I'm not interested. And then they're going to say the same list to another customer, and that customer says, I'm not interested. And then they're going to say the same list of good stuff to another customer, and the customer says, I'm not interested. And then they're going to say that list is the same list to another customer, and the customer says, oh, yeah, I'm interested. And they say, oh, man, it worked. They don't even know what they said that caught the customer's interest. They said the same thing to everybody, and everybody else said, no. And then this person, they said it to him, and he said, yes. And they don't know what it was that made him say yes. They just threw shit on the wall, hoping something stuck, and something did. And they don't know what it was. They say, hey, I gotta sell, man. They said the same thing to him that they said to everybody else. And everybody else said no. And he said yes. They don't even know why. But they just, I gotta sell. They don't know what they're doing. It's just luck when they sell. It's luck. They just got the right person at the right time who heard it and wait for it. That's it. That's every sell they ever make, that's what it was. They got the right person at the right time who happened to hear the right thing and just said yes. They don't know what sales is. They don't know about making the person talk, hearing what they said, figuring out what's going to take to sell them, and then say it. This is for them, they've never heard of this selling like that. That would be like, what was that? Make the person talk, listen to him, and then figure out what I have to say? What is that? You mean everybody is going to hear something different? Not everybody, people's not going to hear the same thing. No, every single person is going to hear something different if you know how to sell. Because when the person is not interested because his roof is made out of metal, it takes him hearing something. And then another person is not interested because his brother is coming to fix the roof for him tomorrow. You think one person, the reason I'm not interested is because my roof is made out of metal. I don't think anything's wrong with it. And the other person says, the reason I'm not interested is because my neighbor is going to come fix my roof tomorrow. Those two people, if you think they need to, you supposed to say the same thing to them and see which one of them takes it. You're mistaken. Because both of them are in different situations, one person would have to hear, sir, even if your roof is made out of metal, the only way you know it's okay is if you check it. And then the other person would have to hear, sir, even if your brother's gonna come, your neighbor's gonna come check your roof tomorrow, you should have at least 2 different opinions. Why would you make a decision on something important as your roof with just one opinion? Get more than one opinion before you make any decision, sir. You see, because notice they didn't, each one of them heard something different because their situation is different. If I call them and just say, if I call both those people, one guy who's sitting there thinking, I don't need anything as long as my roof is made out of metal. And the other person is thinking, I don't need anything as long as my brother is going to come here and take the roof for free. If I call them and say, sir, I'm doing free roof inspections, are you interested? They're going to say, no, I'm not. Every single, you see, remember why they're not interested. One, his roof is made out of metal and he thinks he doesn't need it. One, his brothers don't know. So if I call and ask him, if I just call him straight up, ask him nothing else besides, sir, are you interested in having your roof inspected? They're going to say, no, I'm not. If I say, sir, it's free, they're going to say, I don't care. I said, sir, all I do is I go on your roof and I look for damage. If there's no damage, I leave, you owe me nothing. If there's damage, I give you a free estimate. They're going to say, I don't care. One's going to say, my roof is made out of metal, I don't need it. And I'm going to say, my brother's going to do that, he's going to fix it for me tomorrow. I don't care, I don't need none of that. You see, the pitch is not a good pitch. It's not understanding their situation because each situation is different. Your pitch has to be exactly what the problem is. If your pitch is not exactly what the problem is, like talking about his metal roof, if your pitch has nothing to do about his metal roof, if your pitch is this, hi, my name is Veer from ABC Roofing. I'm in the area doing free roof inspections. What I do is I go on the roof and I look for damage. If there's no damage, I leave. You owe me nothing. And if there's any damage, I will give you a free estimate. Are you interested? Your answer will be no, I'm not interested every time. The guy's roof is made out of metal. He does not need it, so he's not interested. The guy has his brother coming, so he's not interested. The other guy he thinks, the really, really area with that guy hit really, really hard is the north part of town. I live on the south part of town. We didn't get hit as hard as the north. I don't need this. So when you say, are you interested in having your roof inspected? He's going to say, no, I'm not. You see, it's not, but what if you pitch them and say, sir, the people who live on the north, they got hit harder, so they got a lot of damage up there. And the people who live on the south, there's not that much damage, but there's a little bit of damage. So, but I would say 1 out of every 3. In the north, 2 out of every 3 houses damaged. In the south, 1 out of every 3 houses damaged. But if you don't know if you're the one, sir, so you have to check to see anyway. You see, that would probably get him. But if you just say, sir, all I do is I go on the roof and look for damage. If there's no damage, I leave, you owe me nothing. And if there is damage, I give you a free, he's going to say, no, I don't need it. No, I'm not interested. You see, salesmen don't know how to sell. There are some people they're going to call a whole bunch of people and they're going to say, all I do is I go on the roof, I look for damage, and then the person, and all of them is going to say, no, I'm not interested, and they're not going to understand why not. One person said, I'm not interested because his roof is made out of metal. And you should have said, sir, even metal roofs get damaged by hell. You got to check. And another person saying, no, I'm not interested because he thinks he already got one guy coming and he doesn't need a second. And that's why he's saying that. So each one of them are saying it for a different reason. And you would have to find out what they're saying it for and then pitch them the real way you're supposed to pitch them. And not just ask them if they're interested, basically, in what you're doing. And that's how a lot of guys think they're supposed to sell. They tell you what they're doing and ask you if you want it. They don't care that look, remember I told you yesterday about the guy who used to make the joke about why not? Why not? When the people are not interested, there's the question, why not, is really important. I always said you can't I don't say you can ask people why not. If they're not interested, you say why not, they're gonna say none of your business. So you can't ask them why not. But anybody who's not interested, if you can't find out why not, then you can't sell them. It's not as simple as they're not interested. If you can't find out why not, then you can't sell them. Finding out why not is the only way you will be able to sell. You could ask them, are you interested? They're going to say no. Are you interested? No. Are you interested? No. You have to find why not. Why not? Why are you not interested? Oh, because my roof is made out of metal. Oh, why are you not interested? Because last guy who did this fell off the roof and he sued me, and I'm not. I don't want nobody going doing it again. Oh, when you ask, why not? Because if I think that if you go up there, it's already so much damage up there that if you go up there, it's going to make the damage even worse. So I don't want nobody going on my roof. Oh, you see, once you start making the people talk, you start understanding a little bit more. You say, oh, and then you know what to say. See, but making them talk is the most important thing. Because that's when they're going to say, no, no, no. The last guy who went up there, he fell off the roof and and this is important. You're listening to this, you're like, oh, okay. I understand. And this is actually helping you. The customer is saying this. You see, the customer is saying this because for them, this information they're giving you is going to make you leave them alone. That's what they think. They're giving you information, but they're thinking that the information they're giving you is going to make you leave them alone. No, no, no. The last guy that did this fell off the roof and he sued me for $1 million. I lost. You're learning so much about this customer right now. You're learning about the last guy, how he got sued for $1 million. You're learning a lot about the customer that you didn't know before. And so now, when it's time to pitch him now, you know to say, sir, I promise we won't sue you. We've been in business for 30 years and we have records of doing over 1 million inspections. And I can assure you not even one person has been sued by us. And I can assure you that's never going to happen in our company. You see, only making him talk and he said, no, 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 last time, made you know that you were supposed to say that. Now, if you are talking to this customer and you never promise him that you're not going to sue him, he will be sitting there thinking, I don't want it. I don't want it. And you're not going to know why he's saying that. He's going to be saying, and you're never going to understand why he's saying He's saying, no, 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 no. And you don't even understand why he's saying no. And so now you're trying to figure out what to say to him, and you don't know what to say. But if you make him talk, he's going to say, last guy who did this fell off the roof, and I don't want it. And then you're going to say, oh, okay. If you make him talk, maybe you say, no, 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 no. I don't. If you go up there, it's going to really cause more damage. That roof is already destroyed, man. I don't want nobody going up there until it's in really bad shape. And you say, oh, no, 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 sir. We're professional. We've been doing this. This is what we do for a living, sir. Trust me. If we're going on your roof, it's going to help you. We're not going to do it. It's not going to be anything. It's not going to hurt you. We would know what we're doing to make sure there's no damage caused by us. So yeah, that's not something you would ever have to worry about. Okay? So we're going to go up on your roof. See, you would have to say that to him. Each person would have their own reason why they're not interested. And each one of them will be different. And each time you're going to have to make them say what it is so that way you can know what to say. I explained to you guys why it's so important to stop after the introduction and let the customer talk. Your introduction stops right here. Hello there, sir. How are you doing today? This is Veer from ABC Roofing. I'm in the area doing free roof inspections, and I just want to know when is the best time for me to come by and inspect your roof for free, sir. Bam. You don't say no more. You don't want to tell them. You don't want to say, because what we do is we go in the... No. Do not pitch people. That would be pitching if you did that. If you say, because that would be pitching. You don't pitch people. He didn't say enough yet for you to start pitching him. He has to talk more. You said hello, he said hello, and you said, hi, this is Veer from ABC Roofing. I'm in there. And the customer hasn't talked enough yet for you to start pitching him. You gotta give him more. You have to give him an opportunity to say stuff. So you stop there. And we just want to know when the best time is to come by and pick her up for free, sir. And you stop. And it's their turn to talk. No, and you're gonna listen while they're talking. No. And this is what you're gonna be listening for. They're talking, and you're waiting to see if they tell you why they think they don't need what you're offering. Let's say you weren't doing roofing. Let's say you were doing cleaning supplies, and you say, "Hi, this is Veer from ABC Cleaning Supplies. I want to know how I can ship you out your order of cleaning supplies, or whatever." And the customer says, "No, man! I already got a ton of cleaning supplies. We deal with Bobby's Cleaning Supplies. They've been providing us supplies for 20 years." Man, you would at that point know why he is saying no to you. He's saying no to you because he doesn't need you, because he deals with Bobby's Cleaning Supplies. And so now you know what to say to him. So the next guy, you just have to say, Bobby's Cleaning Supplies costs double more we charge, and their product is not as good as our product. We have to, or something. And now when you say, "Hi, this is Veer from the CDC Cleaning Supply," and the guy says, No, man. I don't clean my house. My house is dirty. Well, sir, you understand your house is dirty, and if you don't start cleaning the house, it will eventually kill you and your family from bacteria and germs. Maybe. I mean, it's terrible to live in a dirty house, but these cleaning supplies will fix that for you. This is actually for your health. I'm glad I called you, because your health is in jeopardy if you don't get these supplies. Look, these supplies will do this for you, this way. You see how your house is dirty and it causes this bacteria. This cleans this bacteria, whatever. But you would understand that customer needs to hear something different than the guy who said, No, man, my cleaning supplies, it comes from Bobby. You see, the pitch for him is different from the pitch who says, I don't clean my house. He needs to hear something completely different from the guy who said, no, I get my supplies from Bobby. These two situations are different. So to sell them is different. What you need to say to one guy to sell him is different to the other guy. Whenever you see a rep sitting there calling people and everybody he speaks to hears the same thing, that rep does not know how to sell. He doesn't know how to sell. If you're sitting next to a person, and that you can hear him pitching, and you hear him saying the same thing on every call, I promise you, he does not know how to sell. There's no way to know how to sell while you're doing it. There's nobody who knows how to sell that says the same thing to everybody. That's lack of knowing how to sell is the only way you will say the same thing to everybody. If you're sitting next to a person and you hear him sound the same on every call, you don't have to know nothing else about him. If he just sounds the same on every call, you already know he does not know how to sell. Let me give you an example. One customer picks up the phone and he goes, "Hello, how can I help you?" And you say, "Hello there, sir. This is Veer from ABC Roofing. I'm in the area doing free roof inspections." And another customer answers the phone and he goes, "Yes, how can I help you?" And you say, "Oh, yes, hello there, sir. This is Veer from ABC Roofing." And another person says, "Yeah," and you say, "Hello, hey, how you doing there, sir? This is Veer from ABC Roofing." And another person picks up the phone and he goes, "Hello, yeah, who's this?" And you go, "Oh, hello there, sir. This is Veer. I'm with ABC Roofing, sir. I'm doing free roof inspections in the area, and I was just wondering when I could come by and inspect your roof for free, sir." You see, based upon how they talk, that's how you're going to talk. If you think that everybody should hear you sound like a professional, I don't care what. Listen, there's some guys who think I don't care what they sound like. They need to hear me sound like a professional. It doesn't matter what they sound like. It's just me. I have one way of sounding like a professional. And so, no, every call, all I care is that I sound like a professional on every call. I don't care what the customer sounds like. I have the, first of all, look, they have what they think sounds professional. That's what I'm going to tell you what the rep says. They have what they think. Somebody else might hear and say, that's not what professional is. But, they have what they think sounds like a professional. And no matter what the customer sounds like, they make the customer hear them sound like a professional. So if they sound like this is Veer from ABC Roofing. I'm in the area doing free roof inspections. If the customer picks up, hello, this is Veer from ABC Roofing. I'm in the area doing free roof inspections. If the customer says, hello, how can I help you? This is Veer from ABC Roofing. I'm in the area doing free roof inspections. They don't care. It starts to sound like a robot after a while. Next customer picks up, yeah, how can I help you? This is Veer from ABC Roofing. I'm in the area of free roof inspections. It just sounds very, after a while, it becomes, is this a machine calling me? It becomes, you have to sound like how the customer sounds for them to think you're not a machine.
Good morning, beer. Excuse me. So pretty
Yes,
much we just gotta change it up. Trying to get to what their mood is, so we can
their
actually
mood.
yeah. I mean, like,
Mhm.
how they feel. Sometimes they feel like they feel down. Sometimes
You
they
got to
feel
be
like
a little
hype.
bit more down. If they're hyped, you got to be hyped. You got to
Okay.
kind of
Okay.
match them.
You gotta in order to get that conversation right. I mean, like,
Exactly.
okay,
Exactly.
very well.
It feels strange to them when you don't match them. Look, I want you to answer me one way, and I'm going to talk a different way from how you. And you're going to see how it feels. The conversation feels strange. Like, talk one way to me. Like, I don't know if you want to be excited or if you want to be sad, whatever you want to be. And then I'm going to be different than how you are, and you're going to see how it feels as a
Ve-
customer.
Very well. Very well.
Like,
Hello.
be the homeowner right now and act the one way. I don't know if you want to act sad or you want to act. And me, I have okay. I'm gonna be excited. I
Okay.
believe that acting excited is what makes people sell. See,
Okay.
you see the reps. The reps. This is the problem the reps does. See, the trainer tells them that you need to be excited, or the trainer tells them that you need to act professional. So they start thinking that you're supposed to do it on every call, and so then that type of instructions from the trainer means that it doesn't matter what the customer is feeling, that you're supposed to do what you're supposed to do no matter what. See, instructions like you need to be excited. You see, now listen to what it means. If I say you need to be excited, now let's say the customer is not excited. Let's say the customer is sad. All right, customer, go ahead.
Hello. Who's there?
Hi, this is Veer from ABC Roofing. I'm in the area doing free roof inspections, and I was just wondering when is the good time to come by and inspect your roof for free? It doesn't match. Now, customer, be excited. Now you're the customer, and you be excited.
Hello. Hi. Who am
Yeah,
I talking
yeah.
to?
Hi there, sir. Hi, this is Veer from ABC Roofing. I'm in there. See that it kind of matches them a little bit more, right?
Right. Right.
But when
Definitely.
the customer's not excited, you can't be excited. You see, this you gotta match the customer. The instructions of like be professional on every call or be excited on every call is bad instructions. The truth is you need to match the customer. You got to be able to, the customer has to be able to relate to you. The customer will feel like he could let his guard down with you if he feels that you and him are similar type of people. It's like this, guys. Wherever you're from, if you move to China, when you get to China and you this new town in China and you don't know anybody, and then somebody tells you that there is somebody in that town from your home country, like, yo, you're from Philippines? Man, there's a guy down the street from the Philippines. Or wow, you're from Nicaragua? There's a guy down the street from Nicaragua. I bet you the day you meet that, you're gonna actually right then and there, you're gonna start wanting to meet him. You just move from Nicaragua into the China, and then you find out there's somebody in China from Nicaragua. You're gonna want to meet him. You just move to China from the Philippines, and you find out there's somebody from your country, the Philippines, in China. You're gonna want to meet that Filipino. If that person is like you, you're gonna want to meet them. Just because there's a billion Chinese people and one person in China that's like you, and that's the person you would want to meet. There's a billion Chinese in China, but there's one person in China that's like you, and you will want to meet him, not the other ones. You see, once you feel the person is like you or similar to you or have a lot in common with you, you would like them more than the other people. Does that make sense? That's called, the word for it is you can relate to them. That's why they call that. You can relate to them. When the person is like you or similar to you, you feel like you can relate to them. And that's why once you hear that there's a person from your country in China, you're like, oh man, where is he? If you're walking down the street and you see a guy that looked like he's from the country, you're like, you're from Nicaragua. And that would be the end of it. You and him would be best friends from that day. Oh, you're from Philippines? Yeah, oh my God, man. And that would be it. You and him are the best friends from that day on. You and him would spend every day together from that point on. And why are you not the same way with all the Chinese people that you meet? Because you can't relate to them as well. You don't feel that bond with them. You feel that bond with the other guy because he is like you. When the person is like you, you feel like you can let your guard down with them. When the people are different, you don't feel like you can let your guard down as easily. You got to be on your P's and Q's. But when everybody around you is like you don't feel so out of place. Like I don't know about you guys, but let's say you're a guy and you walk into auditorium and you're the only man there. You're gonna say, "What am I doing here?" But you see other people, you see other men there too. Okay, you fit in. Or if you're Latino and you walk in and it's all Asian people in there. There's no Latinos there. You're gonna say, "Oh my God, it's only." But then you walk in and some Asians and some Latinos too. You go, okay. You see, you're gonna want to see people like you. People who are like you makes you feel like okay, you belong, or you can let your guard down. And the same thing goes with when you're on the phone and you hear somebody who's strange that doesn't sound like you. It doesn't sound like that you can relate to them. You don't let your guard down. Instantly, your guard goes up. You don't let your guard down with that guy. But when they're like you kind of let your guard down a bit easier. That's why, hey guys, I'm not saying accents are look. Accents are hard as hell to. There's some people with accents and they can still sell, but boy, that's a handicap that they have to overcome. If they didn't have it, they would sell a bit more. So the guy with the accent, it's a little harder for him to sell. I'm not saying you can't, but you got to be much better than the guy who doesn't have any accent to sell. Now, lucky thing for us, um, most roofers, a lot of roofers, are Latino. A lot of guys who work in roofing are Latino. So when you sound American, and you say you're a roofer, they believe you. And when you sound Latino and you say a roofer, you say you're a roofer, they believe you. Every other accent, it's pretty tough for them to believe you. That's why I am looking for guys that really can sound like when they say, "Hey, I'm here in St. Louis and doing roofing inspections," that people will believe them. It's much harder for them to believe you're in St. Louis or in Kansas City or in Dallas doing roofing inspections and you talk like this. Hello? Yeah, hi. It's Veer. ABC, I'm in the area doing roof inspections. They won't believe that. You're somebody in Kansas City and you speak that way. They won't believe it. If you look and I say, for you to come to the training, you need to send me a recording of yourself reading our script because I know what you need to sound like for people to believe you. When you say, "Hi, this is Veer from ABC Roofing. I'm in the area doing inspections." I know what you need to sound like for people to believe it. Now, I also understand that some guys who don't sound as good, they know somebody who speaks fluent English. Like, I'm gonna give you an example. One of the things I listen for to see if you can be in my training is how you say the word damage. That's for me. That's what I don't know when I realized it, but I realized most people who don't speak English 100% fluent can't say the word damage properly. They always say damage. If you have any damage, they say damage. And the way to pronounce it is damage. But everybody says damage. And anybody who says damage, I don't let them in. You have to say the word damage. That's one of the key words I listen to. I listen to see how did you pronounce the word damage. And if you said the word damage, I don't let you in. But guess what happens? The rep says damage. But before he sends me the recording, he sends it to his friend who speaks fluent English. And the friend hears the word damage, and the friend said, "No, no, 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 man. You gotta say damage." And so the rep fixes it and sends me the new recording saying everything perfectly. And so I hear the recording and I say, "Wow, this guy speaks fluent English and he says all the words correctly." And I bring him into the training. The moment you get into the training, though, that rep is when everybody's talking, that rep usually stays quiet. That's usually my sign that something is wrong with that rep. That rep never talks because he understands when he and look. Once the rep comes to the training and he hears everybody else speaking fluently and he knows that he's not fluent, he gets intimidated and he starts hoping that I don't ask him to talk. Because then I will notice that he doesn't talk as well as the others. And he starts hoping I don't ask him to talk. But the reason I would want him to talk is because he is thinking, even if he doesn't speak as well as the other ones, if I give him an opportunity, he will be able to do as well as the other ones. That's what he believes. So he's hoping that I give him the opportunity to show. But I've been doing this long enough to know if you can do it, if you can't do it. I will be saving you time if I say please leave. If I say, a lot of the time, if I say I'm going to give you the opportunity, it's just wasting your time. Because at the end of the day, you're not going to. I already know. Even though you think, man, if you give me the opportunity, I will be able to do it. It's not true. I already understand this product. I know this product. I know what you need to sound like. I know what you need to understand. There's certain things that you need to understand. There's a certain way that you need to speak. for you to be able to sell this product. And guys, listen, that's not true. You see, if I let everybody, I could put anybody on. I could take a parrot and I could teach the parrot to read the script. And if I just leave the parrot to dial and dial and dial and dial, the parrot will make leads. It's true. I know that, guys. It's not. I know that. Listen, just leave the parrot alone. I know the parrot is not a good salesman, but if I just leave him alone, I say, listen, this is the script. Just read it and do nothing else, parrot. And the parrot just call after 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 call. Eventually, the parrot's gonna say, "Hi, I'm doing free roof inspections," and somebody say, "Oh yeah, man, my roof's leaking. When can you be here?" To the parrot, eventually. And then he's gonna hang up and he's gonna go call, he's gonna call, he's gonna call and call, and he's gonna eventually meet somebody else. And he's gonna get another sale. And then he's gonna call and call and call and call and call, and eventually he will meet somebody else and he's gonna have another sale. Before long, the parrot's gonna have 100 sales. And if I want one day walk up to the parrot and I say, "Hey parrot, you know you're not a good salesman," the parrot's gonna say, "I got 100 sales, man. What are you talking about?" But is it true that the parrot is a good salesman just because he has 100 sales? I mean, anybody's dial. But guess what? Find out how many calls it took that parrot to make those 100 sales. It probably took 1,000,000 calls. And then go find out the top salesman, how many calls it takes him to make 100 sales. It takes him 10,000 calls, and he gets 100 sales. The parrot, it takes he has 100 sales, but it took him 1,000,000 calls to do it. The top salesman has 100 sales, and it took him 10,000 calls to do it. More people hear the top salesman and they say yes to him more often than the parrot, because the top salesman does some things better than the parrot does. It's not saying that parrot is never going to sell. There's no way that you're never going to sell. I don't care how terrible you are. There's impossible to call people over and over and over and not eventually make a sale. But the more terrible you are, the more calls it takes you to make sales. That's why there's some guys that average one sale every hour. And then there's some guys who average one sale every 24 hours they work. Hey guys, I have seen those stats. One, payday, you look at the numbers, and there's one rep, dialing the same system, same area, doing everything, same list, same script, everything. One rep averages one sale every hour that he works. That's how well he does it. That's how good he sounds. Every hour he works, he gets one sale. At the same time, when there's another rep who's dialing the same list on the same system, using the same script, and every 3 days, he make one sale. While there's another guy who makes one sale every hour. There's one guy who makes one sale every 3 days. It comes down to who's a better salesman. It takes less calls to make sales. It's not saying that when you're a salesman, everyone you speak to is going to be a sale. No, that's not what it is. But you're gonna notice that by the time you have 5 sales, everyone else still has 2. When you have 10 sales, everyone else has only 5. You make your sales a lot easier the better you get. The better you get at sales, the easier you see. When the one guy has 10 sales, you already have 20 because you're better than him. And then there's another guy who's better than you. By the time you have 20, he always has 30. It's always who's better makes more sales. Not saying everyone they speak to is going to be a sale, but you at the end of the day you notice that their numbers is higher than everybody. It's because the probability, excuse me, the probability of making the sale is higher when you do a better job. Not saying you will make a sale where you do a better job, but the probability of making a sale is higher when you do a better job. And so when you see a guy doing a terrible job, when he has 500 sale calls, he has one sale. But you see a guy who's doing an awesome job. When he has 500 calls, he already has 5 sales. Because people are reacting to him differently than the other one because he's doing a better job. He's making better arguments. He's making more sense. And more people are saying yes to him. Like the other guy makes sense 5 out of 10 times. And you make sense 10 out of 10 times. So he gets 2 sales out of every 10 calls, and you make 4 sales out of every 10 calls. You see, it comes down to whoever is doing a better job will make more sales, and not because everyone you speak to, but the people will react more to you. All right, let's jump into the role playing, guys. Let's do this. I want volunteers. I'm not going to call you. I want people to volunteer. If you don't volunteer, then I will call you, so it doesn't make a difference. You're gonna go regardless. So please volunteer so I don't have to if I have to force you, I think something is wrong. Hey guys, I don't want to force no one to talk. If I feel like I'm forcing you to talk, I feel something is wrong, guys. You're hiding something if you're not voluntarily talking by yourself. So I want everyone to volunteer to go, not me say, okay, John, your turn. If I have to say, John, your turn, and then you do it, I think something is wrong. So who wants to go now? Who wants to be the first one? Who is it?
Well, may I volunteer? Since,
Who's this?
yeah, it's Jarek.
Okay, Jarek. You're going to be the homeowner, Jarek.
Okay.
And I'm going to be the rep.
Mhm.
And I'm calling you to try to inspect your roof. You're going to, well, obviously, if you're not inspecting your roof by yourself, it's because you don't think you need it. If you thought you needed your roof inspected, you would have inspected it by yourself, right?
Yeah, okay.
So obviously, anyone who's not inspecting the roof by themselves, hey guys, I don't want to keep explaining to you guys. Whenever somebody is saying no, it's not really because they don't want it, like people think. I repeat that so often because it's something that no one understands. Everyone thinks that if the customer is saying no is because he doesn't want it. That is not true. If the customer is saying no, it's because he doesn't need it. If
Mhm.
no one would ever say no to something they need, I guarantee the only way he's saying no is because he doesn't think he needs it. And so
Uh,
remember that, guys. You're a customer who doesn't think you need it. Stop acting like you don't. If you get on the phone and you start acting like you don't want it, I'm going to think it's because you still don't understand. There is no such thing. Anyone you see acting like they don't want it, the real reason is because they don't think they need it. There is no such thing as I don't want it. People only if and I keep showing you that. When I tell you, think of a product that you've sold. and I tell you, think of what the people said to you. I don't need to know what I don't know what you sold, but I already know. Even I don't even not knowing what it was, I still know that people did not say they don't want it. They said they don't need it because that's what everybody says in every situation. Even if I don't know what product you were selling, I can still tell you that when you talk to people, they never said they don't want it. They said they didn't need it because I know that already. That's a fact. So when you are role playing, guys, keep that in mind that there's no such thing as I don't want it. There's no such thing. Stop getting, when you're doing role playing, stop acting like customers who don't want it. There is no such thing. Even the customers that you thought was acting like they don't want it, it's because you didn't know what you were talking about. Even when you thought the customer didn't want it, that was
Hello, Veer, are you still there?
I don't
Yeah,
think
he,
he's
he
there.
lost he lost connection, but he'll be right back. Obviously.
Let's
All
just
right.
wait.
Yeah.
Let's just wait.
Okay.
So, what do we do now?
I think let's wait for Veer first.
Yeah.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
So what's up, fellas? You guys ready for the role play? I think
Yeah.
that's what we're gonna do next.
Yeah, prepare yourself.
I think
That's
someone should
about.
pretend Veer here.
Let's just wait for him. I mean, he got nothing else more to do. You guys excited? Ready to get to
Yep.
work?
No, I'm scared.
You scared? What are you scared for? Don't trip about it. I mean, you just gotta talk to people. Be natural. By the way, my name is Harley.
By the way,
Yes.
my name is Harley.
Harley, nice to meet you,
Ollie.
Harley.
Nice
My
to
name
meet
is
you, sir.
JP.
JP, good to know. Good
Right.
to know. We got a
My
good
name
team there.
is Jay.
You're Jay.
Yep.
All right, cool, cool. Where you guys
How
from?
are
Hi,
you?
hi guys. This
We're
is
from
Jarek.
Philippines.
You Jerry, Philippines?
Yeah, where
Yep.
you from?
Yeah, you guys are lucky. There's a lot of nice places in Philippines.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank
Okay.
you.
From General
Alan, where
Santos,
you from?
Sarangani, Philippines.
I wanted to ask you, how are the girls over there? They are cute.
Yes,
Yep.
also.
They are
Yeah.
Pretty.
all cute.
Pretty.
You nailed
Pretty.
it.
you know, uh,
You know what I mean, bro?
yeah, I know what you mean. They're really cute. I'm from Nicaragua, by the way, but
Wow, that's
I
what too
lived in the
far.
states. Yeah, I lived in the states, all the way from California. So I know that the people they're kind of rude. They're kind of like sometimes they're upset, but you just gotta talk to them. Make a conversation. That's the way that you move forward. Just make sure that you establish a conversation with one of the clients, and you'll do just very well.
Yeah, yeah. We understand that.
Yeah. You guys speak Tagalog, right?
Tagalog.
You're Tagalog.
We speak Tagalog.
Uh, but you guys, your language has a little bit of Spanish as well, right?
all right, guys.
Yeah.
I don't
There
know
we
why I
go.
keep getting kicked out the call. I'm
Yeah,
sorry
hi
about
Veer.
that. Okay,
Hello
guys.
there,
Jake,
sir.
Hi,
I'm
Beer.
sorry, Jake.
Over
Jake, you
here.
ready?
Hey, let's just doing some chit chat while we were waiting for you. Good to
Okay,
hear
I'm
you
sorry
back.
about that, guys.
No,
All
Yeah.
right,
don't worry
Jake.
about it. It's a-
All right, you're going to be the remember guys, real customers. When if you listen to real customers, we already understand that real customers do not say they don't want it. Even the reps who think that the customers are saying they don't want it are because they don't understand. When you learn to listen, not that you understand, even when I tell you that, think of something you sold before and think what the customer says. And now you think about it and you're like, oh, yes, they're saying they don't need it. People who don't know sales, they think customers say they don't want it, but there's no such thing. Real customers never say they don't want it. Real customers say, I don't need it. When we were not understanding, we thought they were saying they don't want it. And so if you ask a rep who doesn't understand to act like he's a customer, this one saying, I don't want it. I don't want it. Because they think that's what customers are saying. But think about it. Did customers ever say they don't want it? No, nobody ever says that. They always say, I don't need it. Think about it. Every time we do it, what does the customer say? He said, I don't need it. Every time. No matter what the product is, no matter what they answer, when you think about what they answer, it's always, I don't need it. So when you are role playing and you want to act like you're a real customer, are you going to say, I don't want it, or are you going to say, I don't need it? What does real customers say? I don't want it, or I don't need it?
I don't need it.
Okay,
Yeah,
so when
I
you're
don't need
role
it.
playing and you want to act like a real customer, how should you act? Should you say I don't want it, or should you say I don't need it?
Don't need it.
You should say I don't need it. If you're role playing and you want to act like a real customers never say I don't want it. Real customers have a reason for not needing it, and then I have to find a way to make them need it. So you're going to be saying no because you don't think you need it for a reason. I don't know why you don't think you need it, but there's a reason that you think you don't need it. I don't know what it is yet, and I gotta call you and I gotta pitch you. You understand, Jerry?
Yeah, yeah. But
Okay.
u- can I use any scenarios like
You can use
some I
any argument you
encountered
want.
in my
You can
calls?
say whatever you want. You're the customer, and I'm the homeowner. Only
All right.
reason I just want it to be realistic. I want the
Okay.
call to be realistic because if you're gonna make a call, you're gonna say I don't want it. Then it's gonna be like, but nobody ever says that. Then now it won't be realistic. You understand? So I want it to be realistic, like what people really do.
Okay.
When people say they don't want it, there's a reason behind it. They just don't want it, not. Nobody just don't want it just because they don't want it. There's always a reason, and you have to have it. If there's no reason for not wanting it, there is no such thing as I just don't want it for no reason. There's going to be a reason why you don't want it. Always. All right. So in the case that you're saying you don't want it, if that is the case, in your mind there's got to be a reason for it. It won't be just because you don't want it, just because you don't want it. There's no such thing. If you don't want it, there's going to be a reason you don't want it. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
All right. Let's go. Hello.
Yes. Hello.
Yeah. Hello, sir. How are you doing today? This is Veer from ABC Roofing. I'm in the area doing free roof inspection, sir. And I was
Oh,
just wondering.
Veer. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I think it's not the good time for this. You know why? Ruben just died today,
Your
and
your who died today, sir?
Ruben died today, and
Oh wow.
Ruben was a part of our family since 2000. Anyways, Ruben is my dog, and
Oh,
he is very good to us and my family.
okay. Well, sir, let me tell you why I'm calling. Actually, you I'd hate to have two bad things happen to you in one week. But you know, your dog died yesterday, but there was also a terrible storm the other day, and there's a lot of damage on people's roofs in the area. And maybe you have damage on your roof right now, sir. And if you don't fix it, it'll be a huge
Yeah,
problem for you later. So
yeah.
what we're doing, sir, is not today, not today. It won't be today. But we want to come by and go on your roof and check it for damage. If there's no
Mhm.
damage, we're going to leave and go, it's nothing, sir. And if there is damage, we're just going to give you a free estimate.
Oh,
It won't be today, but can we go there tomorrow morning, or do you think it's tomorrow afternoon is better, sir?
I'm sorry, but I think it's not really the good time for this. Anyways,
Well, your roof. If you had damage on your roof, sir, you think your dog dying means you need to leave the damage alone?
I don't know about this. I have no
What do you mean,
idea
sir?
about the roof.
Okay, sir, you have no idea about your listen. Okay, let me. Maybe you're not understanding this, sir. Listen to what I said. You don't have any of the idea about your roof. You don't know if you have damage. You don't know. Okay, you don't have any idea, but you want to have an idea. So listen, what we would do? We would go on your roof, check it for you. If
Hmm.
there's nothing wrong, okay, good. We leave. There's nothing to pay. If there's something wrong, sir, we would not charge you nothing. We would give you an estimate. No cost, nothing, sir. But you
Okay.
have to check your roof. Okay, you do understand that you have to check your roof, right, sir?
Yeah, I
Okay.
understand
And
with
you
that.
do understand we're going to check it for free, right?
Mm-hmm. I
And you
understand
think
with that,
because your
and I
dog
hope.
died, you don't want to check your roof for free?
Yeah, it's not. I think it's not really the good time for this.
All right, thank you for your time, sir. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank
Okay,
you.
guys. The customer, do you guys feel like the customer is making sense? Or, okay, who's not making sense, the rep or the customer?
The customer.
The customer is not making sense, right? The customer is not making sense. And that's why I'm hanging up on him. I don't think what he's saying is making sense. I mean, I believe what I'm saying, if he's listening, it would make sense to him, right? If he's listening. I don't think he's listening, so I'm going to my next call. Something is wrong with this customer that's making him not listen to me. He's not listening to me. If he was listening, it would make sense. What I'm saying. Hey guys, let me tell you something. Sometimes the customer thinks you're a telemarketer. Remember yesterday I gave you guys an example of you get a job where the guy is a billionaire and your job, and he's dying and he wants to give away his money. He's anybody he calls, he wants to give them $1 million until all his money's gone. Before he dies, he wants to make sure all his money's gone. He wants to help people before he dies. And so he hires you, and your job is to just give the money away to people. The name of the program is called the $1 Million Giveaway. It sounds like a scam. The $1 million, who's going to give away $1 million? Oh, yeah, right. Get out of here, scammer. Okay. But in this case, it really is not a scam. But nobody knows that. Everybody hears it, they think it's a scam because they don't believe anybody would just give you $1 million for free. Nobody believes it. And so you call a guy and you say, sir, I kid you not, this is $1 million for free. I'm not asking for it. There's no risk, no obligation. All I need, sir, is you give me your account and I will just send you $1 million for free. I guarantee you there's going to be a customer who hears that and say, I hear you, young man. I understand you, but I'm still not interested. Do you guys think it's impossible to meet, or you think that's possible? You're gonna tell a person, listen, man, I kid you not, I swear, I know you think it's a scam, but it's no scam. I just think to get, and the person will say, okay, I understand you, young man, but I'm still not interested. Do you guys think that's impossible, or do you guys know that happens a lot? Do you guys think that's impossible to happen, or do you think that can happen? What do you guys think?
It may happen, but they won't believe it.
What do you mean? No, you don't understand. No, do you think it's possible for the customer to say, I'm not interested, even after hearing you say, sir, I swear this is not a scam?
Absolutely. Yep.
Do you think now, is it true that he's really not interested in the $1 million, or is he just being closed minded? What do you think?
You might be bluffing.
No, it's not bluffing. He's not interested. He's being closed minded. He's
being
acting like yeah,
close-minded,
I
right?
understand. Yes, I understand, but I'm not interested. He's not really paying attention. He's not believing you. He's saying it, but trust me, he's not believing one word. Even though he's saying to you, I understand and I believe you, but I don't want it. Trust me, if he believed you that you were really going to give him the $1 million, he would have been saying, give it to me, man. Even though he's saying with his mouth, I believe you and I understand, but I'm not interested. Trust me that this guy is not listening. That's why he's saying. When you tell the person, I swear to you, it's really not a scam, sir. Do you think anybody who believes you would really still be saying, no, he's not interested? Huh? Like if you're trying to give somebody $1 million, do you believe that there's going to be a person who really believes it and still says no?
I think they will go for it.
No, no. The question is, do you believe there's a person that would believe you and still say no? There's
Yes.
that. I don't believe that. That's not true. There's nobody who's going to believe you and still say no, right? But what if they're
Yeah.
telling you with their mouth, I understand and I believe you, but I'm still not interested? Is that true that they understand and they believe you, but they're still not interested? Do you believe that's really true?
Yeah.
They're not in $1 million?
If they don't need it.
They don't, but they said they're believing you. Do you believe they're really believing you and still saying no?
No, I think they have in doubts.
But why are they saying to you, I understand, and I they're lying, right? They're closed-minded, but they're not saying to you that they're closed-minded. Look, hey guys, listen. If you make sense and the person is listening to you with an open mind, listen, if they're listening to you with an open mind and you're making sense, you're going to get them most of the time. Now, you can be making sense, but the person is listening to you with a closed mind, and you're going to get them very rarely. There's trying to sell somebody who's listening to you with a closed mind is almost impossible. Once the person is listening to you with a closed mind, you're not going to sell them. You see, you call somebody, you want to give them $1 million. If they're listening with a closed mind, you're not going to be able to do it. You need them to have an open mind even to give them $1 million. There is no way to sell anybody that's listening to you with a closed mind. Let me ask you a question. If the person thinks you're a telemarketer, will they ever listen to you with an open mind? Huh?
Yeah.
If they think you're a telemarketer, will they listen to you with an open mind, or will they listen to you with a closed mind?
With a
They
closed
will
mind.
with a closed mind.
Okay. So now, if they think you're a telemarketer and they're listening to you with a closed mind, when you make a lot of sense, will it work?
No.
Yeah.
No. Do you know what closed mind is? What does it mean to have a closed mind?
Someone that is not open-minded.
Okay, so if they're closed-minded, is it going to be easy to sell them?
No. Nope.
You need
Not
them to be
really. Not,
open-minded for you to sell them, right?
Correct.
Okay. When a person thinks you're a telemarketer, is he going to be open-minded or is he going to be closed-minded?
They have to be
Close
open
mind.
minded.
No. When
Open
he
minded.
thinks you are a okay, do people want to talk to telemarketers?
No,
Most of
not
the
all.
time they
Okay,
don't.
so
Goodness.
if they think
Sorry.
you're a
I'm sorry.
telemarketer, will they be open-minded or will they be closed-minded?
They will be
Close-minded.
close-minded.
Close
And so
minded.
once they think you're a telemarketer, is it easy to sell them?
Nope.
Not
No,
really.
no, not
No,
that
it's
easy.
not. Once they think you're a telemarketer, it becomes very hard to sell them because they're listening to you with a closed mind. Even if you make sense, it very rarely works. Even if you make the most sense in the world, it won't work. It will almost never work if they think you're a telemarketer because they're going to be listening to you with a closed mind. You have to find a way to never let the people listen to you with a closed mind. They have to always have an open mind when they're talking to you. If you want them to stop having an open mind, just make them think they're talking to a telemarketer and they will stop having an open mind. Hi, this is Veer from ABC Roofing. I am in the area doing free roof inspections. I was just wondering, when is the best time to come by and inspect your roof for free? Am I a telemarketer or am I just a real person calling you? Is this a telemarketer calling you or is this a real person calling you? Hi,
It's a
Telemarketer.
my
telemarketer.
name is Veer from ABC Roofing. I am in the area doing free roof inspections. I was just wondering, when is the best time to come by and inspect your roof for free? Is that a telemarketer calling you or is that a real roofer calling you?
Well, that doesn't sound like a real telemarketer, because you're saying you're gonna inspect it for free.
No, you believe them or do you not? But you're still going to decide if it's a telemarketer or not based upon how he sounds, right? Like the
Yeah.
person calls you and they say, hi, do you care? You're going to listen to them to think they're a telemarketer, right?
Yep.
You're going to listen to say they're a telemarketer, right? And it's how they sound that's going to make you think they're a telemarketer, right?
Yeah, look like a robot.
Yeah.
Okay. I call you and I say like this. Hi, my name is Veer from ABC Roofing. I am in the area doing free roof inspections. I was just wondering, when is the best time to come by and inspect your roof for free? Would you think I'm a telemarketer or would you think I'm a real roofer calling you? Guys, I want to hear what you think. How about this one? Is that how real people talk? Hey guys, hey guys, is that how real
Yes.
people talk?
Normally
Real people
they
talk
don't
like
talk
that?
like that. No, they don't
Huh?
talk like that. They don't talk like that. They pretty much tell
I've
you,
never heard you've ever heard a real person talk like this? Hi, my name is Veer from ABC Roofing. I
It's
am
like a
in the
recording.
area doing free roof inspection. You've heard real people talk like that?
no,
No,
No, it
never
No.
heard.
sounds like recording.
No.
Like if you saw a roofer, if you were standing across the street watching a roofer talk to a homeowner, and you saw the roofer, you're standing across the street watching a roofer talk to the homeowner, and you see the roofer go, "Hi, my name is Veer from ABC Roofing. I am in the area doing free roof inspections. You would say, wow, that roofer's talking long.
You're talking too slow. I mean, like only on other
Okay,
people.
exactly. If you were standing across the street watching him talk, you would say, why is he talking so slow? Right? It's too slow. It doesn't sound like a real person talks like that. It's too slow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real people don't talk like that. So then you would think, okay, something's fake here.
Mhm.
The telemarketer who gets on the phone and thinks he's doing a good job. Hi, my name is Veer from ABC Roofing. I am in the. It's going to make the person think, uh-oh, what's going on here? This is telemarketer. You see, you got to act like a real person. You can't act like a telemarketer. You got to act like a real person acts. Real people never talk like that. I've never seen a real person. The only people I've ever seen do anything similar has been. I have never in my life saw somebody on the street talk like this. We go on the roof. We look for damage. If there's no damage, we leave. If there is damage, we just give you a free estimate. When is a good time for us to come by and inspect your roof? Tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon? In my life, I have never seen anybody on the street talk like that. But I have seen guys talk like that on the phone. In my life, I have never seen a woman talk to somebody like this. Hi, my name is my name is Teresa. I'm with ABC Roofing. The reason, no. Actually, I've never seen a man in my life talk to somebody like this. Hi, this is Veer from ABC Roofing. I'm in the area doing free roof inspections. I was wondering, when is the good time to come by and inspect a roof for free? In my life, I've never seen anybody talk like that. But I have seen people do that on the phone. You see, because you don't never meet people who talk like that in real life, when you see somebody who talks like that on the phone, you say, oh God, telemarketer. The moment you hear them, you say, oh God, telemarketer. They keep doing stuff that nobody does in real life. Hello, sir. Hi, they don't listen. Have you ever seen somebody talk to somebody like this in real life? Yeah, hello, sir. How you doing today? This is Veer from ABC Roofing. We're in the area doing free roof inspections and just want to know when is the best time for us to come by and inspect your roof for free. Have you ever seen anybody talk like it in real life? Hi, this is Veer from ABC Roofing. We're in the area doing free roof inspections and just want to know when is a good time for us to come by and inspect your roof for free. Have you ever seen anybody talk like that in real life? But you see people talk like that on the phone.
Mhm.
In my life, I've never seen somebody talk like this. Hello. Hi, my name is. I am calling from ABC. I was just wondering, when is the best time for us to come by and inspect your roof for free? I've never in my life seen somebody talk like that, but I've seen people talk like that on the phone. And so when you hear somebody talking on the phone, a way that people do not talk in real life, you say, uh-oh, telemarketer, even when they're not telemarketers. Actually, most of the time they're. I don't know. They are telemarketers. They're all telemarketers. But every time they've done that, I have never talked to anybody. I have never seen anybody who does that was not telemarketer. I have never ever. Have you ever seen somebody? If you've had anybody ever, if you've seen somebody talk like this? Hi, this is Peter. I'm calling from ABC Roofing. The reason for my call today is that my company is doing free roof inspections. We were wondering when I bet you if you heard somebody do it, I bet you the person was a telemarketer. I bet you if anytime you've ever heard somebody talking like that, I bet you the person was a telemarketer. There has never been a time that you heard somebody talking like that and they was not a telemarketer, right? Have you ever heard a normal person talk like that? I bet you every time you've ever heard somebody talk this way, the person was a telemarketer. Hi, this is Veer from ABC Roofing. We are in the area doing free roof inspections. We were wondering when is the best time to come by and inspect your roof for free. If you've heard somebody say and speak that way, was he not a telemarketer? Has anybody ever heard somebody talk that way in their life?
Nope.
Nope.
Never?
Never.
Never.
You never heard it? Not even a telemarketer?
Well, if it is a recording,
But you never heard a real person talk like that. You never heard a telemarketer get on the phone and talk like that? And that not be a recording? I hear it
Never.
every day. I hear it
no.
every day. I hear guys get on the phone and talk like that, and they're not recordings. Hi, this is Veer. I'm calling from ABC Roofing. The reason for my call today is that my company is doing free roof inspections. We were wondering when is the best time to come by and inspect your roof for free. I hear guys talk like that on the phone every day, and they are not recordings. They're not even, they're real people, and they're talking like that. And so when you hear them, you say, oh God, telemarketer. But they think it sounds good. Hi, this is Veer from ABC Roofing. I'm in the area. The guys who think they're supposed to be professional, oh my God. Listen. Yes, hello. This is Veer from ABC Roofing. The reason, they put the reason for this call today, they love that line. Oh, the guys who are professional, oh God, they love that line. The reason for the call today, they love it. The reason for this call today. Once they want to get they're professional, they got to add that to the script. They can't say, hi, this is Veer from ABC Roofing. I'm in the area doing free roof inspections. They got to say, the reason for this call today is that I'm in the area doing free roof. What makes them have to say it? I don't know why. It's making the script longer. It's saying the same thing, but longer. Remember KISS? Keep everything short and stupid. Hi, this is Veer from ABC Roofing. I'm in the area doing free roof inspections. It's the same thing as, hello, my name is Veer from ABC.